425 long at 2450. Really an emotional trade, not very significant. Upticking, big selling 33, 2425 on the ask. Also in no man's land. So a poor trade here. And you can see the scratch for break even at 2450 a couple seconds later. And then tape changes. We hold value at 2475. Back down to 2450. I flip long. If it holds at 2450, I'd be interested. 11's absorbed. We see down ticking 425. As long as sellers keep hitting 50 and they refuse to trade 24.25, that's good. And then I scratched for break even. Sellers get absorbed again on 24.50. There's strong buying now. Flip short 24.75, trying to play kind of a small range on down ticking. Uh, mainly down ticking at 25. Mainly down ticking at 24.75. But it looks pretty bullish. 5 seconds, I scratch for a one tick win. Aggressive selling now is somebody's presumably forced to exit their position at 24 even. That or they got a bad fill. 537 short 24.25. Same antsy emotional mean reversion trade. Scratched 3 ticks higher, maybe 4 or 5 ticks higher for a loss after buyers aggressively rallied in the opposite direction. Momentum is slowing down now at 26. There's no back ticking yet. Now there is on active buyers. Good short 25.50. Sellers aggressively hit lower on the ask, not on the queue. There's a bid at 25 even for 58, and buyers are leaking in the queue at 25.25. My entry is 25.50 short at 6.23 is the timestamp. The queue pulls. The start of the move was market maker driven, so if sellers step in here, it was at the edge of the node 26, the value area low. The larger profile of sellers step in here, presumably buyers are going to pull 2 trades. And this is coming off of the move. This is coming off momentum from a strong buy move, from a strong move to the upside from buyers. I scratched 24.75 for a win. Same short 25.75 after aggressive buying steps in and there's no back ticking from buyers. queue appears to be sell driven still, market maker driven. 710, I close for a win. 3 ticks lower at 23.75 after price moves lower, failing to uptick at my entry. Buyers are lifting now on light tape, 2 ticks. That's a sign of bullishness. Sellers hit higher, 24 even, and can't hold it down. Buyers are stepping in. We're upticking between 23.75 and 24 even, off of coming off 23.50. Sellers hit again, and I flip long. I think. And I put in an early long, 48 trades, 23.50 sell side absorption. I scratch, I win the trade at 7.27 for 3 ticks. Buyers are still hitting. Market makers are weighing the queue in favor of the buyers now. Prices in no man's land. Momentum buy side has dried up. I put an entry at 24.25 at 7.52. For a long, I try to scratch it and I get caught offside 3 ticks from sellers before I scratch at 8.03, 23.50. I try to catch a short from 23.50 lower and miss it. Tape explodes on aggressive selling to the downside through the low volume node. It stops and dries up at 21 even. There's a 94 bid holding the queue up. Buyers aggressively get absorbed at 21.25. I'm stalking a short 21.50 at 8.28. They fill the short. 56 is absorbed, 21.50, 79 now on the bid. Price is holding a 2 tick range. Market makers begin to pull above my entry against me. I probably look to scratch the trade here as the auction is shifting. And values being established lower. 8.49 I scratch at 22.25 for a loss. $21.50 continuation short, looking for the 93 bid at 21 even. I scratch for a 1 tick loss. 21.50 again, 9.20. The bid trades. Sellers are hitting lower now. Speed of tape increases. I scratch the trade at 21.50, 9.33 timestamp before tape explodes to the low side on both sides. Maybe a pocket of stops, I don't know. That's what I presume it was. 2175, 947, flip long. The Q pulls. 1009, I scratching it out for a win off of the Q pulling and buyers populating. Price is rallying through no man's land now. $23.50 stuck along, nothing happened. $24.50 long on a continuation trade. 11.34 scratched for a tick loss. Momentum is dried up. Sellers are populating lower. Flip long, 24 even. Buyers step in after sellers are absorbed. 24 even. I scratch for a loss. 11.50. I chase the trade. Nothing happens. Low side of Q is lightly market maker driven. The upside 26.50 has real participants. Flip long at 26.25. VPOC 13.01 scratched. 26 even on down ticking, just forming an auction here. Sellers absorbed 26.50. Short 26.75, 13.22 scratched for a 2-tick loss. 25.25 flipped long on the bid-ask holding. Also nerves, most likely. Nervous. I thought I flipped long, but I went short and fat fingered and took a large loss. Late buyers look like they're populating. Well, that depends on back ticking. Chasing along here. 29 bid, 14.05, get caught offside immediately. 28.50, looking for a scratch at 28.75. Upticking now, trying to catch a long. Bid ask stayed in a two tick spread for the larger part of the distribution. There's a shelling point at 30 most likely, which is the tail end value area high. There's a 54 at 29, 4 ticks lower. Short 30-50 on the back ticking between 30-50, 30-25, and movement from sellers. Sellers hit lower now, 58-30 even, 59-18 on the bid, 35 on the bid. Sellers are aggressively pushing now at 30 even. 140 on the bid, 140 on the ask. Short, scratch for 2 ticks because I got nervous. Pressure probably increases here at the Q pulls through the value area most likely. Still strong pressure from sellers. Speed of tape increases in a thin spot now, 28-25. 25 absorbed, 29 absorbed on the bid. Sellers are still hitting. Active selling from strong participants. Short, 28-25 in a low volume node, 16-25 timestamp. Back ticking from buyers now. I clear the queue. Sellers still hitting lower. Momentum is slowing down though. 41 absorbed, 27-25. Scratched for a 2 tick win off of momentum slowing and buyers showing up. Momentum is slowed down. Sellers have been absorbed heavily. We're at 28 now, back into the low volume node. Buyers appear to be stepping in. The bid ask is holding between 27.75 and 28. 27.25 and 27 even. Price jumps 2 ticks lower. I get long. I get short 27.25, chasing the breakdown lower. There's no sellers that ran out 27.25 and 27 even into the value area high of the notch VPOC of the day, right? And price is now sitting above my stop, 27.50, 27.25, a tick higher. I scratched for break even. I scratched for a 1 tick loss at 27.50. Sellers are hitting lower now. We're into the value area. I get short 27.25. Scratch at 28 for a 3 tick loss after market makers rally it. A tape dries up and market makers pull it higher. After all that selling lower. 27.50 through a long. 27.50 pulled the long. Bid ask is holding 28.25. Tape jumps. Chase 28.75 long on the bid ask jumping. Fear of missing out. One 11 absorbed 28.75. Price is ticking lower now. 28.50. I scratch for one tick loss. I flip short 28.50. Buyers absorbed 82 and 87. 28.75 and 28.50. We're in a low volume node now. Price is moving the Q is moving price lower on low volume. 7 on the ask. 27.75. Strong sell pressure. Q pulls at the value area high. 27.50, 27.25, 27 even, and 26.75. The market makers pull, buyers pull, and price jumps down to VPOC. I scratch for like $100 worth of ticks. I won that one.